Today I want to talk to you about low self-worth and how you can work on improving that. Poor self-esteem is very deeply entangled with body image issues and eating difficult and struggling with eating behaviours. So somewhere where you can really make a difference and help yourself move forward. Are you someone who's always looking for permission for someone else to validate you? Do you think you'll only be worthy if someone else tells you you're loved, or you're good enough, or you're thin enough, or whatever? It's important to know that no one else can actually do this for you and validate this for you. This is something that you need to do for yourself and give yourself your own permission. And that can feel quite scary in a way. Really, it's something that we want to work on in small steps, and it becomes kind of cumulative. So if you keep working on growing your self-worth, then you can reap the rewards of that. But it's something that we want to work on in terms of acceptance. So one of the first things I want to talk about is acceptance, and that it's an active practice. It's not something that you get to a perfect point and then you stop. It's something we're always working on and keep working on. And I've spoken before largely around body acceptance, and that body acceptance isn't really about letting go of yourself or just giving up on yourself. It's about accepting where you are now and looking after yourself in the here and now. And this is not just about your body, it's about accepting who you are as a person and where you are at the moment. So if you can think of that as a kind of ongoing practice. Second thing to do is nourishing yourself. And when I talk about nourishing, I'm talking about in all aspects of life, not just food. I'm talking about in rest and all aspects of self-care, looking after yourself in that way, but doing this first so you can then look after others. So it's that whole, going back to that whole saying about putting your mask on first. I'm in the plane, you put your mask on first and then you can help others. I think a lot of us don't put our needs first, especially as women. And we're often left feeling resentful and tired and overwhelmed, but it's really important that we take time for ourselves to look after ourselves, and then, you know, we can then help others. Next thing I want to talk about is self-respect. Now, boundaries. Now, other people will respect you more when you respect yourself. So that you're, again, it's putting your own needs first, and others, such as your partners or your boss, need to know that boundaries are important to you, and they need to know what your boundaries are. Set those rules in place. And it's about saying no when you don't want to do something. You know, say no to things. Have the permission to say no, and you need to give yourself that permission. You want to think of your home. You know, if you don't have a boundary around your home, then how are people meant to know that they're not meant to come in and trespass, for example? It's the same with you. Set your boundaries in place. Remember that you're the expert of you as well. Don't let others tell you who you are or what you should be doing. So you really want to trust yourself and have that trust in yourself. So that's trusting yourself of who you are in terms of letting go of old identities that don't serve you, that other people define you by. Think about how, you know, you can create that for yourself. So that's a really important thing to think about. Having the goals also that matter to you. So really focus on your purpose. Now, what do you want in this moment for your happiness? You know, a lot of people, when I ask them this, they might first say, well, my goal is to lose weight. But actually, is that your really true purpose in life? Is that what you want on your gravestone to say, she lost weight or she maintained weight? I know it sounds a bit morbid, but actually, what do you want from your life? What really, really matters for you that will bring you happiness? So it's about digging deeper into that. And then also it's about thinking about that you are so much more than the body you reside in. Your body is kind of just the vessel, and you are so much more than that. And it's really important to think about what you value about yourself. that is not related to your appearance. And I know a lot of people struggle with that exercise that I ask them to do quite often. So it can be helpful to think about what others close to you value in you as a person. So your close friends, family that you're close to, what do they value about you as a person and appreciate about you? And that's a really good exercise to sit down and almost brainstorm that, so that you are realising that all of your amazing value that is within you, and it's really not related to anything to do with your appearance. And also to remember that self-discovery is an important part of the picture, but I know it can feel uncomfortable and almost difficult, that people try and shy away from or move away from that sort of self-discovery. But bringing the awareness to your actions and your thoughts, so key, but without that beating yourself up, so without the judgment that you put on yourself. We can actually learn from these experiences, and they can really help us move forward. And it's not about thinking that you've failed. It's about, okay, what can I take from this to move me forward? You're not perfect, nobody's perfect, and that's okay. And it's about, how can I learn to move forward with this? So that sort of self-awareness and self-discovery is really, really helpful, and something that I do a lot of work on with my clients. And, it can be really eye-opening and, bring out these amazing light bulb moments. I just love experiencing that when I'm working with someone and they have these light bulb moments that they just had no idea and no awareness of certain things. And they're like, oh, I had no idea I was doing that, or I was thinking that, and now I do. It's not about beating yourself up or feeling bad about it. It's about, okay, this is what I can do. This is what we can work on to move you forward and to help you move forward. And that, of course, all comes back to improving your self-worth, because you're empowering yourself to know what you need to do to move forward. I hope those things resonated, or some of them resonated with you. I'd love to know, what's the one thing that you can do today to move forward towards growing your self-worth? And let me know in the comments. Put something in the comments. Let me know what you're going to work on. Take care and have a good week.